pull to it. Because again, when I got over to my sister's house, the Lord told me that you can't rejoice when your enemies fall. But I've been through so much with these individuals and the stuff they were doing to my company and carrying on and acting up. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. For those you don't know, we've had some YouTubers who have taken it upon themselves of trying to disrupt and destroy my business. So, with the Lord, who was directing us on getting what had to be done, we got this situation, two of them already taken care of. So, as for Mr. Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, who goes by Crow 1176, who started the whole thing to begin with, he's the ringleader of it all, we were able to contact and reach out with ICE. So basically explaining the situation, what we're going through, and this particular unit is designed for criminals. It's not just for picking up anybody, it's just strictly for criminals. People commit crimes on United States soil against people from the United States. I guess that's what it is, they said. But anyway, bottom line is, the people that we talked to basically wanted to know the whereabouts, his age, stuff like that, what was in the house, is it gated, whatever. So usually when those questions are asked, that means these are units that are designed to go do what they need to do. Now, how did Mr. Fernando get in this kind of trouble? Well, Fernando did everything you could possibly think of under the book. Copyright infringements, perjury, you name it, he's done it. Doxing addresses, terroristic threats, all kinds of stuff. And we have not only the evidence, because keep in mind, if I were to make this up, I could go to jail. So we have all this evidence compiled with the Allentown Police Department and FBI have those records of the problems we were having with Fernando, which I did give them the information to FBI in Allentown for them to contact and get those records. Because from there we had the DC numbers from all the problems and stuff we had from him. Keep in mind, Fernando, for every single document that we had to go file against you, there's substantial evidence was scanned into the system of you actually doing this. And keep in mind, this is not even half the stuff we already have on you. Mr. Williams, as I said before, you're about to go to jail. Because when I talked to an officer, first I called Baltimore Police. Baltimore Police advised us to file charges against you in Allentown. Contacted Allentown, and officers said come down to the building. That's where I was on my way to. I showed them the folder. They were shocked on how much stuff this guy was sending us, including the nude, half-nude pictures, which is against the law. You can't send anything that's close to pornography through the mail, again, and you're sending to addresses that you have not given consent to give you to do this, but even worse, you're using someone's address without their permission, which was pointed out about the funeral home. So they probably will be contacting the funeral home because now there's going to be an ongoing case. I'm going to be meeting up with detectives. They've already reached out to me again today and asked about how long this was going back. I stated it was going back since the garage. So we have basically your fingerprints on the inside of these envelopes. We have voice recordings, text messages, emails, voice recordings, so a whole shebang, everything. So once I meet with them, we're going to go over everything, I guess, from there, and then from there they're going to launch an investigation. Jamie, you're pulled into this because they asked me, how do we know you? Keep in mind, the person doesn't just pop up out of nowhere and just start carrying on. Something has to trigger them to make them act this way. So Fernando, all your information was added in. We also explained to them that you are undocumented and we have a control number, a control order on you, which means at the end of the day, they're going to come down, they're going to take care of this problem. Well, you already have, they're going to contact, but already it's been taken care of already. We went right to the source and got it taken care of. So, say Fernando is documented and he's still going to jail because we have criminal charges that were filed against him here in Pennsylvania. So he's still going to go to jail either way. It doesn't make a difference. So, you committed crimes, right? You touched your copyright 67 times. You go to court for this, you're going to go to jail for this, for touching those copyrights. So federal is involved in this now because there were federal things he was doing, majority federal. Federal. So it's already taken care of, gentlemen. We're done. That's it. It's done. So all I have to do now is just go in. They have already put the report in. It's already been done on the other end with contacting ICE about that nonsense with this individual. And the other one with Mr. Williams, detective units are already on the case. They're going to contact detective units or police department over in Baltimore. I also been advised to contact law enforcement agencies involved in the United States Postal Service because it was sent through the mail, and that's against the law. So once we reach out to them, they gave me a DC number. I am to give the DC number to them so they can start their investigation on you also. Mr. Williams, you do know for each one of those postcards, you could receive 20 years in jail for each one of those. So I want you to see the amount of trouble now you've gotten yourself into. And that's not the end of it, because now we have to go back in and take the same number and we have to file a complaint with the FBI for identity fraud. Because when you contacted my company, you contacted us as a minister. You said you were a minister of the church. You were a preacher at the end of the day, right? You got tons of emails of you stating as you're this minister at the end of the day. What makes it worse, you're not a minister. And at that, keep in mind, you're taking donations, which is considered to be scamming people at the end of the day. All right, then. That's the best way to put it. So that's the end of it, gentlemen. That's the end of it. I explained to you over and over on camera, did I not sit there and say, stop playing the devil's game? I said it 100,000 times on camera, stop doing it. Now you're about to see what happens when you play the devil's game. It's a sad thing, people, at the end of the day. These men are in their 50s. They don't have time on this earth to lose a good, waste 10 years or 5 years. They don't have that. This is where, when you reach 50, time is extremely important. It's more important. It's very important. McAfee, you're next. I'm literally going to have to contact this bar, reach out to them, explain to them that we have postcards with their names on them, and we got all your information. Mind you, the bar he contacted was in Ohio, so they're not going to have any problem figuring out where he's at. If our people can find him, I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to find him. That's where Mr. Williams got himself into a lot of trouble, because not only did he send these postcards around, but he used someone's address without permission. And that's the problem, McAfee, you have now. You use someone's address without permission. So now, I'm going to go to jail for that. Keep in mind, we're suing you for it also, too. My lawsuit placed against you is about $250,000. It may go higher than that. So you are being sued. And we're filing criminal charges against you. And again, but since this involves the United States Postal Service, I have to contact the same agency that contacted Mr. Williams to explain to them what you did at the end of the day. It's going to get you in trouble. It's going to get you another 20 years in jail. You don't have 20 years to spend. This is why I try to sit there at the end of the day and give you that leniency that you wouldn't take it. Danny Rogers. Mr. Rogers, I have evidence that you used my face without my permission. You also have started campaigns on your channel of calling me a scammer, a ripoff, and a fraud. This is going to cost you $100 million. That's what we're going to sue you for. And I'm also filing criminal charges against you for defamation, whatever else I can get you on. Keep in mind, you did this online, so these are cyber crimes, so I'll be going to the FBI, same branch. And since I got you guys in Crowcast, I can get a conspiracy charge slammed against you because all of you guys know each other. And you know what conspiracy charges do, right? They can tack you an extra 10, 20 years onto your time already. So I can show proof that you guys all know each other. You know the ringleader of it all. So, with that being said, throw me $100 million. On top of that, if I can get, no, it's a cybercrime. It's going to get 20, you can get 20 years for this. So, 20 years it is. Gentlemen, what did I say in the garage? The Lord told me that my business was going to excel to the next level. And those who prosecute me, those who try to taint my Lord's blessing, are going to be prosecuted for this. Didn't you just hear me talking about how I sat there and threatened my brother-in-law to shoot him? And there I am sitting with a gun against my head in the very same position that I sat there and said I was going to do to my brother-in-law? Did I not tell you this stuff? Did you not listen to anything I just said on camera? Now you're about to go through a situation which is going to be far worse. You're going to go through the prison system. Trust me from a person who's been there. It is not a game. There's nothing about that. It's a game. You're going to be in a high. Whew, just no way to explain it. There's no. You'll have to experience it for yourself. But you are going there. There's no way around this. You're going there. And when they find out that all these people, Jamie and all these people involved with Jamie, you're all involved together in this whole entire ordeal, this is not going to go well. You can't run from God. You got to pay for it. You got to pay for what you did. My Lord gave me a blessing, and you guys decided to come in and taint my Lord's blessing. You got to pay for that. Let me explain something to you. In this ordeal you're about to go through, and if you don't get your act together, you got an even worse problem at the end of the day. You got the next afterlife. This life you have now is done. That's the Lord has plans for you on what He's going to do for you, but as far as we're concerned on what the charge is going to be slammed with, your life here is done. So with that being said, the afterlife is all you have left. And if you basically don't, when that crossroad hits, and the devil will come for you, and he will. He's finishing off what he started. He couldn't touch us. As I was trying to explain to you the whole entire time, you kept listening to Satan, feeding stuff in your head, you kept doing dumb stuff. And we're collecting the evidence against you. You know we couldn't do anything to us, we're protected. He can't touch us, but he can touch you. That he knew. So now he collected a couple of souls, four souls, and a couple more. Actually, there's another 2-3 other people that they don't know that we know about things about them. He got you, and he's going to try to keep you. So when the time comes and that crossroad pops up, you got to make your decision on which side you're on. If you choose the side of the devil, he's going to finish the job. In a place like that, it's not hard to do. It isn't hard to do. You're going to need God in that place. You really are. Mr. Williams, when you spoke to the woman in the low rises, and you said to her, somebody's saying things that I'm doing, but I didn't do these things. What did she say to you? She told you to cut it out or you're going to go to jail. You're going to jail. I would suggest you enjoy what you have right now, because you won't have it much sooner, much longer. You won't have it. That's the end of it, gentlemen. All that effort for nothing. You wasted all that time on Satan for nothing. I'm going to be signing my contract soon. Company's going to blow up. It's going to hit its second plateau. I'm going to be a rich man. I'm ready to go and do whatever I want to do at the end of the day. Do God's will. And you're going to be in the prison system until whatever happens. All that time for nothing. You don't learn anything. I sat there and told you the devil's a time waster. 8 years, 9 months. All that time sat in there. But I did something with my time was in there. I found God. That's what I did with my time. I found Jesus. I used my time to get closer to God. That's what I did. But I still wasted all that time out in the street when I could have been found God a lot sooner. But it just wasn't meant to be. Do I consider to be funny? Am I laughing at you? Sad. You wrecked your lives. That's what you did. You wrecked them. Doing dumb stuff. That's what you did. Grown men. You're grown. Your channel's not set up for no 16-year-old. My channel's set up for 18 and up. work. I got things to do. I got time for the nonsense. I don't. Did warn you. Warned you and I told you. Williams, when I first met you, saw you out there carrying on and acting up. Tried to ignore you. You did. Kept doing dumb stuff. I told you what I say to you. I told you to mind your business, go in a different direction. Don't mess around with these people. Now, Mr. Williams, you're going to see my face in court. And the chunk of your mail that I brought up there to them, they were astounded by how much it was. Now, that's postal fraud. That's what that's considered, because you used the United States Postal Service to commit these crimes. So, like I said, one of them can carry 20 years, or 30 years, one or the other. So, tomorrow, I had to meet up with the law enforcement agency for the United States Postal Service. I was given a detailed DC number to get to them so they can reach out to the police on basically your activity. You know that postcard you have? It's already been scanned into the system already. Now the building itself that you're in, we have lawsuits, massive lawsuits going to hit that building. I did try talking to management. They didn't listen. So now we're going to go this way instead. So when we get done hitting that building with the massive lawsuits we have, I doubt it'll be still standing when we get done. These lawsuits are going to be huge lawsuits. Not going to be what we could have done out of court. They're going to be massive lawsuits. And there's 3 people hitting that building with these massive lawsuits. And then it's going to be on, we're taking it to court, which means it's going to be on record that they allowed this individual to carry on and act up in this building. Mind you, judging by the police that we're looking at it, we're saying that he's unstable. He looks unstable, that there's something wrong with him. So knowing that this person was unstable in doing this activity, which they were well aware of, because we sent them all this information, they continue to allow it to be. What would have happened if Mr. Williams would have acted on something like turning the gas on in that building and leveling half of that place? What would have happened if he would have snatched somebody in a hallway? If he was basically not mentally fit and they ignored that nonsense and continued on? You're responsible. You're responsible for the people and the well-being in that building. You're responsible for his actions at the end of the day. If we brought it to your attention, you did nothing about it, well, lawsuits are coming now. All the managers are involved, the lawsuits are going to jump to about $1 million. That building's going to be hit. We're talking about over $10, $20 million lawsuits. This is going to be big. This is going to be big. And now we have criminal charges that are attached to everything. So there's several agencies involved in these these criminal acts of Mr. Williams says was triggered on. FBI is involved in it. It's creating this fraud, postal fraud, and then the other stuff we have: cyber harassment, bullying, terroristic threats. It goes on and on and on. And to show that managers were fully aware, because I have 16 emails that were sent to addresses that were ignored. So we're gonna hit the building. I'm pretty sure the insurance will cover it, hopefully. So, that's the end of that. Mr. Jamie or Roy Gonzalez, we'll find your landlord. I'm definitely planning to track him down. I've got an investigator to find his way. Either to go to whatever he's at, figure out where he's at. We'll file a lawsuit against his building. Because basically, you were in there, number one, and number two, you were committing crimes against our building, our company. So we're filing a class action lawsuit against the building itself. So we'll go from there. That's it. Let you reach out to me now. So that's the end of that. There's something better with your time than that dumb nonsense. Oh, did you watch me? Oh, come on. My bad. Where you at? Where are you at? Hold on for me. I got you. There you go. Where? Where's my cartoons at? I got you. Here. Now, that's part of it for Fernando. The other part of it is that we're taking your company to court for fraud. Because you have proof that your product is nothing more than just a house paint. You chalked up to be something more than what it is. So I'm taking your business to court. Your business shows up multiple times on the documents. So that's something separate we'll be doing with the FBI. That's going to involve fraud. Same thing with Mr. Rogers. That range gain nonsense you had going on, yeah, I'm going to be filing for that one tomorrow. Because you know that's not real. You can't attach a shopping cart to that thing, man. Can't do that. It's against the law. We're going to challenge you in court. That's what we're doing. We're challenging you in court. You're going to have to back up this game ring and show this stuff actually does exist, because you're basically having an open website which you have shopping carts attached to. That means any person can come in and buy this stuff, and this stuff doesn't even exist. So that's called a scam at the end of the day. So that's considered to be consumer fraud. So we're challenging your company in court. Let me see. That's already there. Can't forget it's free lights. Oh, fits in there nicely too. It's free lights. Everything? Yep, all that effort for nothing. Doing dumb stuff for nothing. So I'll see what stuff you post on your channel. Oh, by the way, Jamie, a little bit of heads up. They have everything on you, including your YouTube channels, Facebook, all that, everything. Company's name, your file for your company under the LLC, everything. So all that stuff you're talking about my company, all that nonsense, that was all documented and recorded. Mr. Buddy Boy, we're going to take care of you tomorrow. I got your phone calls were traced. Let me ping ways out. You are too old for this, man. You're a grandfather. Doing that dumb nonsense. You are a grandfather. You know better than that. Huh? Whew, harassment 7 years. Like I said, that place is a very stressful place. People have heart attacks in there. They can't take the stress. Very brutal place to be at. Good gracious, how do you mess it up like that, man? At least I did mine when I was young. Still stupid to do it, but I did mine when I was young. So, I'll tell you that you think you can hide behind your computers. You think nobody will figure out your real name or where you live at. I'm here to tell you that you will be found. And gentlemen, just keep in mind, because of the problems we had, I will make sure the judge uses you as an example, which means hitting you with the maximum amount of time and lawsuit we can possibly hit you with. We need to use you as an example. Ever heard that term when somebody says, I'm going to hit you so hard your kids are going to feel it? That's literally how hard you're going to get hit. So, it is what it is. Okay, this one for this one. Yep. Oh wait, it's gonna front of that. I'll put it in the back. This lights will be here tomorrow. I'm telling you, nothing is going to prepare you for what you're about to go through. The prison system is something else. It is. And that's where they're going. They're going to prison. Going to jail. Unfortunately, the other one, I don't know where he's going to end up at, to tell you the truth, honestly. Like I said, it could be that alligator Alcatraz or one or the other. I don't know. But the thing about it is those criminal charges we have filed against him, he's got to face those charges in court. So I don't know where they're going to take him at, to tell you the truth, honestly. So, and the woman asked me today, how do we know you were undocumented? Because you told on yourself. Because I literally sat there in a YouTube video and said that we don't know if he's documented or not, but I have to find out because, you know, when we take you to court, we have to make sure that we're going to be to take you to court and not some agency's going to pick you up and transport you over to Mexico. We need to know that you're going to basically be to stand trial. We don't want you disappearing anywhere. So, when I made the statement on YouTube, you came back and made a statement. You said he's trying to deport me because of an honest review. Now, why would you think you were being deported? Anyone who has paperwork would never even make that statement because they have paperwork. Their statement would have been at the end of the day, well, yeah, he's going to deport me, but I got paperwork. I can be here, blah, 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 so and so and so. You disappeared for 11 days. Which means you told on yourself. And that's what I told the woman on the phone. How did we know? I said, that's the statement you made. And when you came back, he didn't say anything else about it. He didn't show any documents, no paperwork, nothing, not a thing, nothing. And there's the other thing. You've been in the same apartment for almost 15-something years. You've been there for a long time. Who freaking lives in a one-bedroom apartment and has kids in that apartment and still stays in that apartment? The first time somebody has that first child, the first thing they're thinking of, we need a bigger apartment, we need to get a house, something at the end of the day. Well, you've been in the same spot. And then the accumulation of stuff that would clutter up in that apartment at the end of the day, like you weren't, it's like you were like pack racking in there. It's just so many signs that were popping up. On top of that, the copyrights. None of these guys hit that copyright. Only one person, Matt, can be hit the copyright. And you have to go to court for that, buddy, by the way. Hit the copyright because they try to make a fake receipt. But none of them touched those copyrights. You're the only one that touched them. And you touched them in a way where basically you felt that you weren't going to be responsible for these. Who freaking touched the copyright 167 times? You did. Because you thought they deported. But it's not what you think it is now. It's something different. So whether you have paperwork or not, Fernando, you're still going to go to jail. You touched the copyright. Unless FBI gets involved in that. So if you are documented and you have paperwork, you're still going to be arrested. You have criminal charges were filed against you. And if you are, then you're getting deported. But you're not getting deported when you think you're going at the end of the day. But you're undocumented. We know it. Anyone who has documents would have showed those papers a long time ago. Like you telling somebody at the end of the day that they never served in the military. Man, these guys will pull out wallets and show, look, this is my platoon, this is your 100, blah, 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 so on, so on, so on, my military ID, all that. They'll show you so much stuff, you'll be stacked in paperwork and all kinds of freaking folders of where they've been at and what they've done. They'll be the first person to back it up. Even people who go to school. What school they went to? Oh, you never went to Harvard. Oh, I didn't go to Harvard, huh? They come up with the sweatshirt, t-shirt, the backpack, the whole 9 yards, the diploma, all that stuff. Even bills that what they paid into. Because people got a habit of backing things up. People like to prove who they are and what they are. That's why people display their achievements all over the wall. They like to show at the end of the day that I did this. Same thing when I asked Mr. Williams. I asked Mr. Williams for his church he's supposed to be at. I asked him for his clergy ID. I asked him for what school he went to get his Bible biblical studies. What did he graduate with? Nothing. It's just him ranting in front of a Burlington Coat Factory. You're not a preacher at all, period. But you're taking money. But that's a whole separate with FBI right there. That's considered to be identity, and that's considered to be consumer fraud, and basically for scamming. Reason the whole category right there. Yeah. So you told on yourself when you made that statement. That's how we know. And that's what we told them. That's how we found out. I'll tell you something. My friends considered him to be the most dumbest human being on the face of the planet. And he comes here and gets in the worst trouble you could possibly think of. Federal crimes, all kinds of stuff. And so you come here and lay low. Save that money up. Get yourself a good attorney to get your citizenship. You go and do the dumbest things you could possibly think of. And then, Fernando, out of all the dumbest things you could possibly think of, you get an LLC. You made it public domain, so every agency on the face of the planet knows where you lay your head at now. You literally put a huge, massive red arrow over top where you're at right now. That's where the private processor found them. Is the LLC. And you can't get rid of the LLC. You can't dissolve it because he's missing some very serious documents on it. That's another Pandora box is going to open up because they're going to get involved in that too. And keep in mind, you're going to have to answer for that too. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. He made a huge mess. Massive mess. But you want to be the tough man. Okay. You be the tough man now. Do something better with your time than that dumb nonsense. That's what I tell you, the devil's a time waster. That's his job. His job is to waste your time on this earth. Hopefully your time will run out. Hopefully he can get you in a position where basically he can kill you. The same person that was whispering in your ear and telling you to do all that dirty stuff is the same person that's sitting back and waiting for his opportunity to take your life. And that's what you listen to. You listen to Satan. Satan ain't here to save your life. He's here to take it. You're no good to him over here. There's an opportunity you're getting saved. Hello, perfect example sitting over here. Perfect example of you getting saved and finding God. That means he would lose you. But he'll use you in ways to try to taunt God's people. But you have to understand, God's people are protected with the blood. We're protected by Jesus Christ. And he knows this from the door. But he knows that you're not protected. You don't serve God. And he knows he can get to you to get you in the kind of trouble that he needs you to get into. So he can lock you into a certain position where he can get rid of you. And that's what you did. You played his game. That's the outcome of the game. I warned you about it, and you sat there and laughed about it and thought it was a joke and carried on and acted up, right? You thought it was a joke, right? Go on your channel, talk to all this trash, thought it was a joke, right? And I sat there and go, oh well. And now we're here. And I bet you right now your heart's racing at 100 miles an hour. Because you don't know what's going to come next. That's the problem right there. It's already set in motion. It's all ready to go. We've already done it. It's been taken care of. It's just a matter of when. Now, Fernando, I'm explaining something to you. The agency we contacted today is a different type of agency. We actually talked to someone. The last one was a form we had to fill out. We actually spoke to someone. And they asked for very detailed information, which we have on you, and that's the information we gave to them. And that information that they asked for, as I said before, is information involving the surrounding area in which you're at and what goes on in the surrounding area in which you're in. Which usually when you have to call the police about somebody, they have to go to someone's home, the first thing they ask is there any guns on the property, what type of dogs they have, are they small dogs or large dogs, is there a gate in the front? These are questions that are being asked because something's coming. And yes, they'll have to reach out to me. Because again, unlike you guys don't like to put your information down because you do dirty stuff. I, on the other hand, put down all my information. They are more than welcome to come out and sit down in my office and we can have a nice conversation about the problems we've been having with you. I got nothing to hide. And I got no time to be lying and doing this. I don't got time for that at the end of the day. Everything you've done to us, we can back it up 100%. So you got to pay for it now. I prayed and I asked the Lord about this, and the Lord basically spoke. He opened up all doors to get it done. What he had to do is contact 2 people today. That was it. And it was taken care of. And I think the people that were involved in basically getting the situation handled and taken care of, because people like this should not be out with society. You need to be behind bars. That's what you need to be at, behind bars. For as long as it takes for you to be rehabilitated, and maybe you may make it out. But the problem is you have at the end of the day is the crimes that you committed are going to make sure you don't get out. It's God's will. That's the only way you're going to get out of that one. That's a very serious time. This is for the vending truck. Mess up your life. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Have an opportunity to do something better and just further away, just to mess it up. And it's sad. It's sad, people. Some people may get happy over it and laugh about it, because they go, Jamie, they're going to laugh in your face about it. When you don't laugh in their face about it, it's sad. You wrecked your life. You only get one. That's it. You get one. That's it. That's all you get. It's one. You don't get the opportunity to come back and enjoy another one. One life, and that's it. You spent your time serving Satan with it. You got to go down that crossroad. Hope you choose well. Don't get in there and try to be a tough man, Fernando. Let me explain something to you. Don't get in the prison system and let the devil tell you that we're going to be the tough man. Because I'm going to tell you something. A nice way of putting it. I've seen plenty of tough people get killed in that place. Don't do that at the end of the day. You better find God. You better find a church, but they have a church in there. Get involved with the church. Stay close to God. Because I've seen plenty of people who want to play that tough role, don't make it. Because you will bump into the wrong person. I guarantee you, you will definitely bump into the wrong person. Or the wrong person will find you. Now remember, you're already on the radar. The first minute you go in, you're on the radar. Because then everybody in there. Everybody knows everybody in there. At the end of the day, who's what and what's who. They know that. Somebody new comes in, again, and that world is opportunity. Opportunity of what they can take from you. Or opportunity of what they can use you for. Someone's going to benefit off you some way or another. Someone's going to get an extra meal come lunchtime. Someone's going to take your care packages when you come in, and other things could be far worse than that. Processing time is going to be stressful, extremely stressful. That strip and search is definitely going to be stressful too. Now you can sit there and say, oh, he's just saying, no, I'm telling you, gentlemen, from experience, I did this already. I've been down that road already. So try to warn you, you wouldn't take it. You know, most people who you do this to couldn't care less about warning you. They're just going to watch you drop off the face of the earth and laugh about it. I'm not laughing about it. It's sad that you actually literally destroyed your lives this way. All for paint. And at the end of the day, you did all that, and what was the success of your try? Nothing. I'm still going to go on to make better technology, and my company's still going to run. Nothing happened to me at all, period. That's why I have my faith in God. I know the devil tries to send people to attack me, and at the end of the day, and I put my trust in God because I know the outcome. I've seen the outcome of that one. I know exactly how the Lord protects his people. From the day that I walked into that church possessed by whatever was in me, I couldn't even touch that man. I couldn't touch a hair on his head. I couldn't go near him. From the day I sat there and threatened my brother-in-law and I was faced with the same death myself, I learned on 2 occasions how the Lord protects his people. So whatever you conjure up and do at the end of the day will not faze me or affect me in any way whatsoever, but it will affect you. I'm going to try to warn you. And you thought I was warning you because, I guess you thought it was a sign of weakness or something, or maybe you was, no. I'm trying to warn you. Hard thing to go through. Done. The other one. Where's the other box over here? Gentlemen, when you go through the system, you're about to go through, I don't know how, and then we're never going to see each other again, so you know that. Mr. Williams, I can come down and see you. Because I'll be there to testify in court against you. But as for Fernando, I won't be seeing you anymore. So, best advice I can give you is to find God. That's the best advice I can give you. I can't give you any more than that. Best thing I can tell you, find God. Williams, the day you were sentenced, I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you a Bible. You need to get forgiveness from God. You stole from him. And you led a lot of people down the wrong path. You know, I don't know if that's an unforgivable sin. I gotta look that up for a minute. Because it talks about stuff like that. You're not supposed to do it in the day. Some things you should never do. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not an unforgivable sin. Leading people down the wrong path in Christianity, is that an unforgivable sin? Yeah, that's a serious sin. That's a very serious sin. Christianity leads people down the wrong path. It's considered to be a grave sin. Serious consequences, particularly for those who position of leadership. However, it's something not considered to be unforgivable. So, it's not unforgivable, but it's considered to be a very serious sin. Your problem, Mr. Williams, is you're not a man of the cloth at all, period. You don't have divine guidance and you're doing it. But it's a very serious sin. And then taking them donations and stealing from people. Again, come on, man. So now we got the DC number. Any agency we call, we can hand them that number now. They'll start the investigation. The technical teams are going to be on this now. We got to be with them. And any agency we contact now, we've been actually advised to go to the post office, law enforcement, and basically issue the complaint against them, and also to go to them and give them the number, which they will basically confide that they have charges that are being filed against them. And those files are going to be transferred to Baltimore Police. So, and chances are there's definitely going to be a warrant for that arrest. Warrant for its arrest. So, yeah. So I'm going to contact the post office tomorrow and begin that process, because they'll confirm about the evidence of you half naked. They scan that's in their system right now. So any agency that contacts them will see that picture. Also, too, explaining to them at the end of the day, Mr. Williams, that you use someone's address without permission, which is also against the law. Ooh. Here you go. Move your big head. Gotta move your big head out of the way. Move the big head. There you go. And move the big head out of the way. That's how it works. Move the big head, food comes away. That's how it works. So, it's a bit of a lesson. Those of you online who thought at the end of the day, again, that you think because we don't know you, God knows where you're at. I prayed on this. The Lord's the type of person who's very thorough about his job. He will make sure that each and every one of you that were involved in attacking our company will be brought into the light. So you better find forgiveness fast. And the devil's job is the one you followed, is to make sure he gets rid of you before that crossroad gets here. Because you don't want you to have that decision. So right now, kind of think of it, you're in a bit of a race right now. The devil already knows that God is going to be seeking you to bring you forth. This will bring you to the crossroads, which gives you the opportunity to choose which side you want to choose. Where you're going to be going pretty soon is a place of a lot of time in jail. You're going to have to make a decision where and who are you going to serve. And you're going to need God in that place. You need God. The devil's going to come for you. And he will. It's interesting that the man walks past your cell and stares at you. That's Satan. That's the devil. Is there anything in his mind pure of God? Is he thinking about the Lord? And he walks past your cell and stares at you like that? That's the devil telling him, hey, go walk by his cell. See what he has in there. Steer him up and down. Let's see what he's worth. That's the devil pointing him. That's Satan coming to your cell to have a look at you, stare you up and down. You have to recognize for what it is. It's not man at the end of the day that's staring at you. It's the devil that's staring at you. Let's come in and check out what belongs to him. Now look at the big picture of it all. What I saw the big picture. I saw that all that trouble I got into, and the devil came to me and spoke to me that day in that jail cell, but mine was different. I actually had a demon speaking back to me, or actually speaking to me. And I looked at him and I thought to myself, this is what got me here to begin with. So I clutched onto that Bible. I wasn't going to listen to him. He was already in my head telling me to kill myself. And then talking to me in another cell as they're telling me that Bible's not going to do you any good. You might just flush it down the toilet. Never forget that as long as I live. That'll put chills up and down your back to have some demons speak to you like that. And they realized that book was my way out of that situation, and they didn't want that. So, try to make me, but I didn't. I was close to that Bible, close as I possibly could. And now here today, I'm here right here having a conversation with you because I chose God. Now, could they get out of that situation? I can't say. It's up to God at the end of the day. It's what he chooses. Ain't nothing possible for God to do. There's nothing possible he can't do. But the situation they're going to go through, they're going to learn a lot. If you choose that you want to be big and bad and you want to be like Satan will say, he'll bring people your way to play mess with you. He will. Look at you, Snacky Poo. Leave that alone, Snacky Poo. Wow. Wow. Snacky Poo. What are you doing, Snacky Poo? Ooh, wow. Because when he's brown. Wow. Snacky Poo. Yeah. I plan to have my little cottage out in the middle of a beautiful green pasture with the clouds mosey on by, beautiful wildflowers. That's what I'm going to do. And I want to spend most of my time investing this money in back into the community to help people out, because that's what the Lord directed me to do. Your plans to try to stop what I'm trying to do, and you didn't understand the big picture. Oh my goodness, you didn't see the big picture of it all. You didn't see it. You thought at the end of the day that your picture at the end of the day was to try to destroy my business. But the devil on his side knew that he needed me somehow to transfer back into my old self to retaliate at you, but that wasn't working. Let's try to figure out another way to try to cause and make trouble for this guy at the end of the day, to see if I can get him to fall so I can reclaim what was mine. See, long ago, before you guys were ever in the picture, Satan had me a long time ago, and Satan lost me a long time ago. And Satan's been trying to get me back ever since then, but I've stayed close to my Lord and Savior. And he has used other people to try to come into my life to make trouble or try to get me to do something that I know I shouldn't do in order to get me again. And he used you guys at the end. He used you to try to get to me, and it didn't work. So that not working at the end of the day, what's this next thing? Let's invest in what I already own already, which is you. He got you involved in something that was going on for a very long time. He just pulled you into it. And instead of you listening to the Lord, because the Lord speaks to you, he talks to you, he doesn't leave you out there to blow in the wind. He just say he talks to you. Don't do that. You ever walk into a bank, you got the thought in the day, man, I could really rob this place in the day. And common sense kicks in and goes, no, you shouldn't do that in the day. You're going to get robbed, and you're going to go to jail, you get shot to death, and all these bad things that happen to you. You don't want to do that. Just put your money and just leave. You want that nonsense in the day. You got a family to take care of. That's the Lord talking to you. Some people don't listen to that voice, and they end up in bad situations. It goes much deeper, gentlemen. It's so much deeper, it is. It's so much deeper. You are, right now, being selected for war. You don't get that part, do you? You don't understand that. It's like almost kind of like this is all the Matrix. That's what it kind of feels like sometimes. That you're being selected for war. You're being selected for a battle that took place when the devil got thrown on the earth way before you even existed on this planet. And that war has been waging on for a very long time. Angels against demons have been going on for century after century after century. But the devil has trickery and delusion. While he's here on the earth, he'll bring all types of things your way to make you lose your way to God's path. Clutter as much as he possibly can. Keep you within as close to him as he possibly can. And one day, hopefully, finish his task of killing you or your time running out. A time waster. That's what he does. Waste your time on this earth. And then you pass over to the next life and you can't enter into the kingdom of heaven, and the devil knows this. So now you have now enlisted in the devil's army. So when the battle of Armageddon comes, the last war of all wars, you will be on the devil's side. And you'll be fighting against God's angels and those he has chosen to fight that war. And you'll lose because he lost the first time, and he'll lose the second time. And then all of those who end up in Satan's army, including Satan himself, will be cast into the lake of fire, which you will burn for eternity, forever. And God's people will go on their honeymoon and live in everlasting life, happiness. So that's what's going to happen. Is there time for these people to be saved? If you're still on the earth and you're breathing this time, you can always be saved. Your opportunity is already here. You still can be saved. Unless you basically do something like commit suicide, which you may have known on the earth, that's basically punishable by, it's an unforgivable sin, or blaspheming against the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit. That's another one. That is an unforgivable sin. You can't be saved. They can consider themselves to be blessed in this ordeal. It may not seem like it that you're blessed in this ordeal because you're going to be going to jail. You're going to face some really serious prosecution. But it is considered to be a blessing. It is. Because again, if the Lord had decided to turn his back on you and go his separate way, you'd be in a lot of trouble right now. Say if the Lord decided to say, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with this. I'm just going to let their time run out, or this happen, or maybe you have an accident, or anything could happen at the end of the day. Time is short on this earth. Anything can happen. You can pass off this earth today or tomorrow. You don't have to wake up the next day. A lot of things can go wrong. So say the Lord just decides for life to just take its course and you just leave off the earth and you're not saved, then that means you go to hell automatically. Or say if the Lord took an interest in you and at the end of the day you had to go through trials and tribulations, which I had to go through. I had to go through the whole system and all that stuff, and the Lord basically watched over me the entire time while all this was going on. And I got a chance to see a lot of miracles of God in that whole situation. I became closer to God in that whole situation. I seen that the Lord cares for me and watches over me in that whole situation that made me the person that I am now. So it was a blessing that I got locked up. It was a blessing I went through the whole process because I found God in that process. But imagine if God didn't pay me any mind. Mind if he just let me run buck wild in the streets and carry and do what I want to do. Satan would have had my head in no time at all. So the Lord takes an interest to you, and you have to go through trials and tribulations. When you're basically brought to the crossroad and you're given the option, it's a blessing. Some people never get the option. There's a certain amount of people that are going to heaven. There's a certain amount of people going to hell. Some people never get that option. Some people are going to live the way of this world, went out, party, drink, carried on, got in a car with a group of friends, hit a tractor trailer, gone. You always get the option not to go. You always get the option in the back of your eye, like, I shouldn't be involved in this, so forth and so forth. And go in a different direction. That always pops up, but most people ignore that. I've seen a lot of people die on this planet. In the violent neighborhoods, I watched a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people die. These people weren't saved. They're all going to hell. Even some of the nice ones, they die too. And they're going to hell. Because they were never saved. My brother has a daughter, and his daughter had a best friend. And they were good friends. She was from another previous relationship. But he treated both of them like they were his kids. He took them both out and everything like they were both his kids. And I got a chance to meet this little girl when she was roughly around 5 years old, when she came to a family get-together. She was the most adorable thing. Great big old brown eyes and long eyelashes. Just adorable as adorable can be. She died. in her teenage years. They were on the car driving, and the car lost control, and she died. I don't know if she was saved or not. I don't know. But I know she was living that life. So, chances are, she's probably in the other place. Because, to say the truth, true Christians don't put themselves in those situations. They don't want to be in those situations. You can't be in that situation. Your body won't allow you to do it. You can't do it. You can't be around it. It makes you sick. When I got saved, I was sitting up there in my CD collection, throwing my CDs away. I couldn't stomach the music. I couldn't listen to it. It was like burned my soul just to hear somebody scream or curse or whatever in music. I can't hear it. Even when I play video games, too much cursing, I get out of it. I can't take it. I can't play the game. I see anything in there that has any kind of satanic crosses, whatever, I don't play the game. I delete it off my accounts. I get rid of it. I can't be around that at the end of the day. And rap music and people cursing and carrying on and acting up and drink, I can't be around that. It makes me sick. I'm not happy when I'm around that nonsense. I can't be around that. So that's for me at the end. You're changed altogether, and I never forget that. I remember sitting up there at this massive CD collection, and I remember just throwing CDs in the trash, crushing these CDs and throwing them in the trash. I can't listen to the music, and I don't want to listen to the music anymore. I want to listen to music about God. I like my classical music and my opera music and all that stuff. I enjoy that music at the end of the day. Anything that has to do with the devil, I want nothing to do with it. That's why when I found out about Leviathan, I read a little more and I'm like, oh, heck no. Can't have that on the account. Removed it. Got rid of it. Got to go and search it out and see if it's in there too and get it all out of there. But yeah, got rid of all that. Yep. Then I had to go. Can't have that at the end of the day. And I got to go. God come first. Where is the whatchamacallit for this? That's over here. Let's get this set up. Well, body can't stomach it. You don't have that desire no more. The desire is gone. You don't have it anymore. I wish all of it can go. I wish all of it can go. But sooner or later, I'll have my celestial body. I won't have none of it at all, period. Which would be nice. On this side and this side. I'm going to tape this press value and know which side it is on. This side or this side. I want to already get them done. I don't know what happened to the people out locked over it. I wonder if they got saved. I wonder what happened to them. I know one of them did die. One of my good friends, he died of cancer. He's not saved. And we went through all that in lockup to get out and die of cancer. And the things you got to take with you in life that you'll regret for the rest of your life, things that you do, because you get caught up. This is where I got caught up in money, because I got caught up in money. And I walked away from the church. All about money. That's all that mattered was money. Yep. Okay, that's all done. How you feeling over there, Taco Bear? You good? Got fresh spring water in your dish? Your favorite water spring water in there. Those are taken care of for the customers. That one's done. Take it out of the mall. Well, gentlemen, the fact that you're going to hit this crossroad is a good thing. It's going to allow you to find God in this crossroad. God can protect you against all the evils in prison. Yep. This will give you the opportunity to wipe all that clutter off your desk that's been blocking your way to see Jesus. Because right now you're cluttered. All this clutter is all over your desk. You can't see Jesus sitting out there waving to you. You can't see him. And the devil's been basically blinding you to do all this dumb stuff that now you're going to have to pay for. Mind you, everything you do is written in the book of life. You don't wake up the next day. For us, it's not. For most people, like, oh, well, we won't be prosecuted in court. You're going to a far worse place where you'll be prosecuted forever. There'll be no probation. There'll be no getting off on good behavior. This is permanent forever. So, just imagine if you were doing this stuff to me and the Lord decides that you don't wake up the next day. I mean, you don't have the opportunity to be saved. You have the opportunity to be saved. That means you're going to purgatory. It's a place of torment before you go to hell. What the freak is this behind me? Oh, I had a cold drink. But the fact that you've been given the option for the crossroad, choose wisely, choose well. Man, I was out there running them streets carrying on, and I never got the crossroad, man. I got killed out in the street. That means I'd be in hell right now. I'd be in purgatory right now. Suffering and pain, torment. But the Lord allowed me to be able to get locked up, allowed me to see the light, allowed me to pull all that clutter off the table and see exactly what was more important, gave me the opportunity to find Him. That's why I'm thankful every day that it didn't have to go down that way. There are many, many opportunities for me to be killed out there. Many opportunities. Many opportunities for the devil to cash in and get what he basically invested into. Many opportunities. Yep. Yeah. So it's a blessing when the Lord chases you. When the Lord chases you, it is a blessing. Gentlemen, when your time comes, the devil will come and he will speak to you and he will say, at the end of the day, he'll give you all kinds of dumb ideas. At the end of the day, don't listen to any of them. He tells you come in there and act like a tough man, look people up and down, be mean, be tough. Don't do that at the end of the day. That'll get you hurt real fast, real quick. Don't pay him any mind. Go talk to somebody, say, hey, look, I'm trying to become a born-again Christian. I need to know where the church is at, so forth and so forth, and get around people that are members of the church. People are about that church life at the end of the day. Get in deep with God. And as deep as you possibly can. Can you imagine a foxhole that's shallow? You know how dangerous a shallow foxhole is? The whole purpose of the foxhole is to dig you down deep. So when that enemy is firing about everything he possibly can to try to take you out, that foxhole is to protect you from the bullets and all the explosions, everything that's going on around you, and keep you dug in deep. Also, too, to hide and protect you, as the foxhole is for. But imagine if it was shallow, and you barely, the enemy could see you. He could take you right out from the door. There's nothing there to protect you whatsoever. That's why I said you better get in deep with God, because the devil is going to come for you. And he's not going to waste any expense to collect what belongs to him. He's going to go all out. You're going to need a God. You're going to need God at the end of the day, and those angels will defend you about what's coming for you. So your path has already started. That's why I sit there thinking right now, like, what are you telling them this for? I'm telling them this. They're not supposed to know this yet. No. They have to know this. They have to know this. You better listen. You're already under judgment. God is going to seek and find you. You're going to be brought before the light. The option will come before you to basically follow the Lord, pick up that cross, or if you follow the devil, he's going to collect. He will bring something your way to collect it. Again, you're no good to him alive. Now, it sounds like something out of a movie. It's no movie, trust me. I've seen demons that again to make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. They are very real. And you need the Lord to protect you against them. Your biggest problem at the end of the day is not the neighbor who hates you. At the end of the day, your biggest problems are demons that sit across the street and watch you. That's your biggest problem right now. You better wake up and see the real picture. Now, I got God Love You tracks to print out because I do this daily walk and talk. I can be passing out God Love You tracks. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to pass out God Love You tracks. I'm doing my daily walk and talk. I meet people all along the way. I can pass out God Love You tracks here, over here, over here, over here, over here. So that's what I'm going to start doing. My daily walk and talks. I'm going to start passing out God Love You tracks all along the way. Every day. Every single day. I'm all over the place. I might as well. I got people saying, man, I'll be seeing you over here, over there, all over the place. So I'm going to pass out God Love You tracks everywhere I go. I'm going to spread the word of Jesus as far and wide as I possibly can. Because people got to know at the end of the day, you have to get yourself saved. God is coming, that is true. But you got to get yourself saved. You don't have much time on this earth. We are not meant here to live forever. Got to get yourself saved, find Jesus. Bam. Let me see. I want to watch some cartoons. I haven't watched cartoons in a while. I try to keep myself over watching my cartoons. Cartoons. Thank you also too to my customers who are supporting our company. I do appreciate. We do appreciate. So what about the whole B2B thing? I'm giving to God. Let him work. Let God fit what he has to do at the end of the day. What he wants us to do. Chances are it'll probably be both. Because again, like I said, I got people coming on board to help me. I'm not alone in this. I'm so used to thinking I'm alone in everything because I do everything myself. I have to learn there's other people helping me now. There got other people coming on board to help me. My buddies will contact me and say, dude, you're not alone. You got to remember you're alone. I'm just used to doing everything myself. But now, you know, I got to get used to it. I got other people that can help me with this now. I'm not by myself. Even though I got God with me and God is with me on all things, I'm not used to having someone else do the job. I'm used to doing it myself, always myself. And I got to remember, I got people coming on board to help me. So I can have a section and marketing team over there for customers and a section and marketing team over here for companies. My buddy was like, man, we can do both, man. Why are you so limited? Do both. You know, you got customers out here you got to be dealing with, the on customers, the offline customers. You're going to have customers 24/7, man. You don't have to basically be the jump of both. You got people you can bring on board. We got your back. It's a good thing about having good people at the end of the day. They come up and tell you, we got your back. We got your back. We got your back. I'm so used to doing everything myself. Yeah. All right. So people, hope you have a wonderful day. James, it's a shame we had it gassed it in like this. At the end of the day, man, it didn't have to go down this way. You know that, right? It didn't have to be this way, man. It broke my heart that I had to go in and contact these people at the end of the day. It really did. It was not a very, it got no joy out of it at all, period. It was hard for me to do this. But you don't give people options. You don't. You attack people like right now, your channel right now. You go to the channel right now, he's attacking us. Every chance we tried to give you before it got this worse, you wouldn't take it. You just kept attacking. I can't let you try to destroy my business. I can't let you take something from me I worked so hard to build. If darn right I'm going to fight you every step of the way. I worked hard to build my company. I'm not going to allow you to come in and take that from me. You gave me no options. It's a shame it has to end this way. I would rather have you in an American prison doing your time than what's about to happen to you any day of the week. But unfortunately, it's going to happen because you gave us no options whatsoever. Signed that cease and desist order and moved on about your business. I couldn't care less about this, that, and the other, as long as you just stay away from us. Do you understand that part? Because we talked to the judge about all this. We wanted you just to stay away from us. Leave us alone. Let us work. And you just kept doing these false demonstrations against my company, spreading nasty rumors about me, attacking my family, even down attacking my cat. So now you're going to have to go through what you're going to have to go through. And unfortunately, the person who's in the president, and I hate to call him that made me hurt, my tongue hurt a little when I said that. That individual at the end of the day is, he's a nightmare of all nightmares. And you're going to have to contend with whatever is going to come your way involving that. I'd rather have somebody else in office, but unfortunately, that person's in office. I think if somebody else was in office, they would have picked him up, and he probably would most likely would have stayed here in the United States and did whatever time he had to do. And they might have let him off in good behavior. Who knows what would have happened? He would have got deported back. Now, keep in mind, once you commit a crime in the United States soil, you can't come back. So he's just going to go back over where he came from. This goddamn day is a complete freaking nightmare. And unfortunately, he's going to be subjected to that nightmare. The problem with Jamie is, Jamie, you should have just backed down. But again, you want to be the tough man. And this is what tough man gets you at the end of the day. What a tough man will get you, being a tough man, this is what it'll get you at the end of the day. So, I hope you find God in this situation. I hope you do. Getting mad at me and going to your YouTube channel and rant and call me nasty things, not helping you at all, period. It won't help you. Your channel's been already... we've already told them where your channel's located at, so it's not going to help you. None of it's going to help you at all, period. And raging and carrying on and doing the devil's bidding ain't going to help you. You already got you in deep enough trouble. You want a bigger shovel? He'll give you a bigger shovel to dig with. But I warn you, you don't listen. All right, I'm out of here. I got things to do. I got stuff I got to get ready for. I got a lot of work on my plate. I'm happy that the Lord is gathering up all these people that are involved in this nonsense, and it's time for you to go. Time for you to face the music now. All right, gotta go.